Hi everyone, I'm continuing with cozy fantasy illustrations, and I think I finally found something I really enjoy. It feels like this style could actually grow into something very interesting. And the best part is, this is only my second illustration in this style, and I can already see some progress. For years I felt kind of stuck, like I reached a certain level and I couldn't move past it. That was frustrating, but with this illustration I'm working on today, I feel like I pushed out that boundary just a tiny bit further, and even the smallest step forward feels amazing. One thing I always knew was my weakness is that I often leave my work unfinished. I get to a point where it looks good enough and then I lose motivation to polish it, to do the rendering and clean it up. I don't know if you have the same problem, but when there's a part of the process you don't enjoy, it's so hard to force yourself to do it. This time I probably would have managed either if I hadn't tried a slightly different approach. Keeping things clean right from the start. Clean lines, clean shapes, clean areas of color, and suddenly everything looks way better. I'm sure I still have a lot to work on, but I'm satisfied already, and that's what matters. Just keep moving forward. That's what keeps us motivated. And honestly, motivation is like fuel. If you see progress, even small progress, it makes you want to keep going. Whenever I start working on an illustration or even a game prop, I always ask myself, what is the one thing that can be unusual, unexpected? There has to be at least one element that surprises you when you see it. For this illustration, I thought about adding a dragon or a dinosaur to keep that cozy fantasy vibe. Now, a dinosaur just standing there would be a bit predictable. I also had an idea to put a dinosaur skeleton inside the gem, like a display piece, but I will save that for later. Since I'm drawing an island, I suddenly thought, what if the island itself is a dinosaur? What if the rocks and shapes underneath reveal the silhouette of a dinosaur? And just like that, we have something more interesting. Now I only need to figure out how to pull it off. I admit, I'm a little nervous about how it's going to turn out, because I don't think I'll ever really drawn a dinosaur before. Maybe once or twice in my life. I honestly don't even remember. So of course, the first thing I do is open references on Pinterest. Always use references. They will make your life easier and your art will look so much better. And more than that, every time you use a reference, you're also building your visual library. Think of it as a collection of images in your mind. The bigger your visual library, the easier it becomes to come up with ideas. Creativity isn't just something that happens, it's like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. So by feeding your brain with references, you're actually training that muscle and giving yourself more tools to create unexpected original work. For this piece, my goal is to simplify as much as possible while still keeping the impact. Fewer elements, simpler shapes, less time spent, but the same strong result. That's the challenge. So instead of cleaning up my sketch with detailed lines like I normally do, I decided to work with silhouettes. Strong silhouettes are one of the keys to a good illustration, and I think this way I can reach the important parts faster. Plus, it forces me to think about clarity right from the start. Usually, I just jump into painting and figure things out along the way, but this time I want to build more cleanly from the beginning. Since it's already late, I'll finish this illustration tomorrow. I also want to challenge myself to post a video every single day for a month. I already know I probably won't be able to keep it up perfectly, but that's okay. The point is to try and to stay consistent. Even if I miss a day, I'll still end up with way more work done than if I hadn't tried at all. See you tomorrow when we finish this illustration. Bye!